A friend of mine said, Glenn, I think I'm a libertarian, but you know what really bothers me is when I talk about libertarian stuff, it always has to go back to Ron Paul, and I'm not a Ron Paul guy. And I said, have you read chapter 2 of my book, Cowards? And he said, And I said, you're still going to be my friend if you say no. And he said, I'm really embarrassed because the answer's probably in chapter 2, isn't it? I said, yes. Yeah, a really good case on libertarian and who you really are. Who you really are. Great book, Cowards, #1 best-selling book in America. Thank you so much for that. It is great for you, great for your kids, great for college. I mean, it is just a great book. Available everywhere, wherever books are sold. Cowards. Okay. By the way, we're going to get a little later on to the Americans that have been kidnapped in Egypt. Don't worry, they're only Christians. Nothing to see here, gang. The Americans that have been kidnapped in Egypt. Barack Obama now has officially become Jimmy Carter. Congratulations on that. Okay. Now also we have...
He's like, I've been upgraded to Jimmy Carter?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
We have a hostage crisis now. Isn't that great? We have a hostage crisis.
I'm only Jimmy Carter? Awesome.
Okay, so let's see. We also have something that I want to warn you, if you're driving in the car, you got to pull over the car.
Oh, my God.
We're going to get this all out of this. We're going to get it all out of our system.
Are
you all right?
No.
Pat, we talked about this earlier today, and he can barely handle it.
This is excruciating. You will not believe, if you haven't heard this yet, you will not believe it came out of his mouth. Not only did it come out of his mouth, but David Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a parroted talking point now.
So here's what it is. They're saying that, we really have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility for what happens on
our watch. Yeah, like in the case of Mitt Romney, for instance, he was the chief executive officer still of Bain Capital
when he was at the Olympics,
2001,
which is not true.
As they were trying to transfer the company, which it's a fairly large company, takes a little time. You don't just say here and walk away. It takes a while to transfer all of the do the paperwork and transfer it to somebody else, and that's what he was working on.
But he wasn't involved.
But he wasn't involved in the decision making at all. They have said it. He has said it.
Fact check organizations have all confirmed it.
Washington Post.
Oh, please.
But, Barack Obama has...
He will not apologize.
Yeah.
Harry Truman said the buck stops with you. Now, my understanding is that Mr. Romney attested to the SEC multiple times that he was the chairman.
Okay, stop, relax. I'll give you some time to relax. Harry Truman did not say the buck stops with you. Harry Truman said the buck stops here, not the buck stops with you.
That's our problem with Obama.
This is incredible. The guy, when he's trying to actually say the buck stops here, he says the buck stops with you. No, it stops. Mr. President, it stops with you. The buck stops here.
Let's listen to that again. That's great.
Harry Truman said the buck stops with you.
Meaning George W. Bush or Mitt Romney.
Or whoever else. Whoever else. The buck stops with you.
Harry Truman wasn't pointing at somebody else when he said it.
Let me tell you something. Harry Truman was very clear. I didn't vaporize the Japanese. It was those on the N'Gola Gay.
He's confusing Harry Truman with the Uncle Sam poster. It's like pointing.
Yeah.
We want you
to take responsibility.
It stops with you. And it stops with you. He's like Oprah.
It's unbelievable. Everybody stand up. Look under your seat. Who's got the responsibility card?
You're responsible, and you're responsible, and you're a Republican, so you're responsible. That's wonderful.
All right, but there's more.
Now, my understanding is that Mr. Romney attested to the SEC multiple times that he was the chairman, CEO, and president of Bain Capital. And I think most Americans figure if you're the chairman, CEO, and president of a company, that you are responsible for what that company does. Ultimately, Mr. Romney, I think, is going to have to answer those questions because if he aspires to being president, one of the things you learn is you're ultimately responsible for the conduct of your operations. But again, that's probably a question that he's going to have to answer.
Pat. It's okay, Pat.
Oh, can you believe
It's okay.
he has the unmitigated gall to say if you were president? You've got to understand that the responsibility stops with you for the whole operation. The man who has never taken responsibility for 1 second as president.
Step away. Step away
have
from
to.
the buck stops with you.
I have to. I'm going to
Walk away, please. Walk away. Walk away. We can still hear you. Keep walking.
You're not far enough.
You're not far. Walk way back. Way back in the back, Pat.
It's a big studio.
Big studio, way in the back. I can still hear you clearly.
Yeah, very clearly.
Keep going, Pat. Let's see if this works. Keep walking. Getting better.
I'm still getting
No,
it.
wait, hang on. Take about 10 more steps, and then we'll try something out. Just keep walking all the way.
Mhm.
Keep walking. Let's try this out. Ready? Here we go. Well, it's like Harry Truman said, the buck stops with you. Okay, let's do it. We have 16,000 square feet. Still not big enough.
No.
Come on back, Pat. This is not going to work. He's taking responsibility, Pat.
Well, that's what you have to do when you're a CEO of an organization. You take responsibility for everything that's happened.
And that's what you have to know, that if you want to be president of the United States, that you're responsible.
Oh, it's painful. It's painful. Oh, man.
Why is that so painful?
Should we play some of the taking responsibility the buck stops?
I don't know. Can you handle it?
No, probably not.
And, there's still some headwinds that are coming at us. Obviously, we're experiencing some headwinds. Gas prices probably being most prominent. And there's still some headwinds that are coming at us. Lately, it's been high gas prices that have caused a lot of hardship for a lot of working families. Precisely because the challenges were so daunting. Precisely because we were inheriting so many challenges. And, there's still some headwinds.
Over and
All
over.
right.
And over.
Can't handle it.
Can't take it.
You have to
take it.
take a timeout. Okay, you take a timeout. You go get something to drink.
All right.
Maybe Jack Daniels
Might be.
would be good. We'll be back in just a